What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, gamers? Now you might be saying to yourself, Mochi! Mochi! I'm sorry, I watched Dashi earlier. Why are you streaming on Sunday? Because I felt like it. Anyways. More Higurashi time. No, if you think about it, Mochi and Dashi kind of sound the same. Like Mochi, Dashi. Okay. Oh man, I love that guy. It was past midnight and almost dawn. Very quiet time of night where staying up late and getting up early melted together. That exact thing was happening in the offices of the Okinogi gardeners. There were only 2 people on guard duty and they were playing cards. They weren't sentries, so they really didn't need to be on guard all the time. However, they weren't allowed to fall asleep either. After the TV broadcast went off the air a little past midnight, they usually ended up playing cards. Suddenly, the phone rang. The phone was right nearby, so one of them answered immediately.
毎度おこのぎ造園でございます。はい。
Eh? Suddenly, the man talking... What? Talking? Taking the call stood up with a jolt. He even hit his knee against the desk, but he was too panicked to care. Takano dashed into the underground security room in a hurry.
お休みのところ申し訳ございません。さんさん。
コーヒーは後よ。状況を。本当なの？
はい。午前4時15分。沖宮署内で身元不明死体が R であるということが確認されたという情報が入りました。
そんなわけないでしょ。だって R は風邪で寝込んでいるんでしょ。
I don't know why. It's just funny that they're like, hold on, what? What happened?
それはあんたたちが監視してたんでしょ。
Uh-oh.
そのさんさ、話に続きがありまして、沖宮署の諜報員によると、死後48時間が経過しているとか。
How did they even, like, fake a body to look like Rika? How did that even happen? Takano could feel her blood freezing, starting from her feet. She just couldn't believe what was happening. At least 48 hours? At least 48 hours since the death of the Queen Carrier? Takano just couldn't understand.
そんなことありえない。だって、じゃあ村人はどうして平然としてるの？早ければ36時間の段階で、つまり夕べの時点で、かなりの末期発症が出ていてもおかしくないじゃない。
You know, I kind of like this. Ruben, what's up? What's up, man? Good to see you, man. I was about to say, I like this. How they're, like, freaking out Takano with this twist. Because you know how, like, the big twist with Takano is that she was actually... Like, her body was dead a long time before, but it was also a fake body. So they're kind of doing the opposite against Takano, if you think about it. Like, they're pulling the Uno reverse card on her. Because this was the exact strategy that she used in all the other chapters, but now it's being used against her. Takano being Takano, basically, yeah.
しかし、諜報員によると、これはかなり確実性の高い情報とのことで。
Aw, dude, they need to have the Twitter thing. Somebody tweets Rika is dead, and remember when Donald Trump would make a tweet, it said, this information is to be disputed. Oh, we'll pull your Trump card first, yeah.
村への進行上の影響を危惧して、現在、署内に強い慣行令が敷かれているということです。
確実性が高いって言うなら、あんたたちが見張ってたあの家のフルでリカは誰なのよ。
She is She is firing mad. I want to see those sprites look like the other. Oh, she's just mad. She mad.
チャンサー、監視体制は完璧です。フルでリカは間違いなく現在あの家です。
Our observation system is perfect. Ah, yes. The grown man with karate skills of a god is definitely a young girl. Perfect observational skills. Hinamizawa being a religious village came in handy. Nice.
監視体制が敷かれて以来、彼女が外出したことはただの一度もありません。中にいたことも入江所長が確認なさっています。
I'm not doing the scream if Mochi expects. Welcome, Draftkey. How you doing today, buddy? Well, Mountain Dog's call for the observation skills hilarious.
絶対にありえません。
It's just impossible.
ならどういうことよ。警察が死体は理科で48時間前に死んだって言ってるのよ。それがデマだっていうの？
Oh wait, that's right. The police is on their side, so it doesn't matter if they found a body or not. I'm stupid. Never mind. I'm stupid. Because I was sitting there like, how did they find a body that was exactly like Rika's? But it doesn't matter. The police is on their side.
デマ？
Oh wait, did she hear me? Oof.
そうよ、勘違いかもしれない。だって私の作戦なら今日の夜私は岐阜県警内の工作員を使って同じ手法で偽装死を装うつもりだったんじゃない。
Well, there you go, Ruben. As soon as you typed it. As soon as you typed it.
これは偽装よ。いやデマよ。何かの勘違いに違いない。
She is freaking out. Takano wasn't confused because she was still half asleep. No, Takano was afraid. Her grandfather wrote in his article that within 48 hours of the Queen Carrier's death, everyone in the village would develop terminal stage symptoms. This would mean that he had been wrong. What about everyone who believed in his words? What would they think?
失礼します、サンサ。東京の野村様よりお電話です。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Takano needs to calm down, otherwise her being leader would not be taken seriously anymore. Yep.
どこで鍵つけてるのよ、あの女は。私が電話をしている間に大至急沖宮署の死体を調べさせなさい。
現在は非常に困難です。協力員が明朝に出勤すれば沖宮署へアプローチをかけさせ確実に状況を確認できます。
その早朝というのは何時？午前5時？6時？大至急よ。急がせなさい。
The club pulling this crap perfectly. Who knew starting their operation at 4 a.m. was a perfect idea? I know, right?
おはようございます。
I like how she turned on a dime from like, I'm going to kill all of you to, oh, hello, how are you?
高野です。
All the unit members were gathered in the office of Okinogi Gardeners, which served as a garrison for the mountain dogs in Okinomiya. Miona's leader for a reason.
ああ、わかった。沖宮署の方が分かり次第、俺とサンサに連絡しろ。
おお。
それより、R 宅の監視体制だが、R の在宅確認をなぜ怠った？
風邪だったということで、受話器を取らなかったものと思いました。
Is everyone here a clown except for Okinogi?
その後、入江所長が訪問し在宅を確認したため、それをもって在宅確認としておりました。
Is everyone a clown here?
甘えぜ。
Okinogi's like, and you bought that.
R 宅に少なくとも誰かがいるのは間違いないんだな。
はい、それは間違いなく。隊長、 R 宅に突入してはまだギリギリ可能な時間帯です。
そいつはサンサの許可がなけりゃできん。サンサも沖宮署の件が判明するまで突入許可は出すまい。
This guy looks like a clown, but it's the smartest out of his men. Like, none of them thought, like, hey, maybe we should actually check if she is in that house. I'm sure they could have done it somehow, you know what I mean? Like, they could have looked in through a window or something. They just... Well, Erie says she's in there. So why wouldn't she be?
突入命令に備えて R 宅監視を増員。8人体制に増やせ。
隊長、今日は境内で祭りがある日です。監視はできるでしょうが、突入はおそらく本日深夜まで不可能です。
うまいタイミングだ。うますぎる。うますぎるんじゃねえのかこいつは。
Okinogi's rusty yet wild instincts were sounding like an alarm. He sensed that someone was attacking them. He sensed that his enemy had begun to attack. Secret Services, my ass, can't even pull some operation to check without raising alarms with the enemy. And it seems like Okinogi is the only one we have to worry about with the mountain dog. It's funny that, like, Okinogi has sensed some BS-ery first before Takano did. Takano had, like, a suspicion, but she's off her marbles right now. I mean, I get we're on the club side, but this is painful. I know, right? He realized that the enemy had taken the initiative. People usually take a deep breath before they attack. That moment, right before they strike, is their most vulnerable. Okinogi assumed that whoever his enemy was, they were led by an excellent commander who knew the precise moment to strike.
そういや富武に先日の診療所での会合に欠席したってな。
Uh-oh. Let's be honest, Mochi. We saw she was on some L5 shit last stream, so there's that. Yeah, true. I don't know how she got infected by L5 if she's been vaccinated.
でしたでしょうか。
Well, I guess people
確
can,
認させます。
even if you get vaccinated, you can still get a sickness, like with, the cough. You all know what I mean. With the cough. You can still get the cough. It's just, you have better resistance to it, I guess. I guess Hirimizawa syndrome is the same thing.
サンサ、俺に奴がどこに行ったか知らないかとか聞いたよな。
まさか富武兄が。
ウグイスで富武の寝床を確認しろ。こいつは一杯食わされたかもしらんぞ。
Oh, he's in trouble. Tomitake, my man! Good job, Oishi.
さて、もう後戻りはできんぞい。
さて、これで大山明堂して何が出るっすかね。
It's like the current cough. You can still get cough even with the vaccine, but it helps fight it off to not be like, yeah. No, you're probably right. It's probably just, it helps it to be resistant against it. Kumagai was trembling with excitement.
クマちゃん、私は通信センターの方へ様子を見てきます。ここは絶対に死守してください。
なっせ。死んでも誰も通さないです。
あとのわしの役目はかかってくる電話をごまかすことだの。わしもわしの持ち場へ戻るぞい。熊谷、ここは頼むぞ。
To be honest, the club has like such a huge advantage with the fact that they have the police force on their side. Like, granted, the police force aren't like some secret super organization that like can do anything, but they can manipulate a lot of information if they so please, and they're like an open organization that's trusted by like the government. So that gives the club like a lot of power. This is why the club still lost last start. Oh, because they didn't have the police on their side? Is that what you mean?
任してください。
Kumagai closed the door quietly and stood in front of it. They didn't have enough power even with just themselves. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they were fighting like a whole secret organization, and they are 6 kids. This was his chance to show Oishi what he was made of. Oishi was on his way to the communication center. They got too high on the confidence from saving Satoko. Yup. All radio communications and phone calls passed through there first. During business hours, each section answers its own phone calls, but when they aren't open, the communication center answers them instead.
どうですか、こちらは。
はい。ついさっき外線経由が鑑識課の直通番号に1本。
相手は
県警本部大高警部です。
おお、大高くんか。
Wait, is Utaka the guy from chapter 6?
へえ。
We did it, we saved Satoko, we're invincible. Law, yeah, no one got shot. Takechi shattered that confidence straight away. I have no idea why they thought that they were going to fight like grown adults with guns. I don't know what they were thinking. Oishi grinned. The enemy had started to move. They must have bribed someone inside the police department to be their spy. I see. And he had started to move just as they planned. Oishi was surprised to learn that it had been Utaka. Oishi had never liked Utaka because he constantly boasted about his academic background and always opposed Oishi, who believes in relying on experience. They didn't get along at all when they worked together at the prefectural police department.
通話が終わったようです。
じい様に聞いてみよう。ピッポッパッと。あ、もしもし。おーっと、大丈夫。私ですよ。いかがでした？
青にさいが生きがりおってからに鼻であしらってやったわ。やっこさん、トサカに来とる。
However, now they have the power of themselves, the police, Akasaka, and even Tomitake and Iri. Yeah, okay, I'll be honest. Tomitake put in a lot more work than I expected him to. I thought he would just be like, oh, Takano, my queen. But no. Tomitake's actually putting in work, and he's actually taking this seriously. Like, I'm kind of proud, I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of proud of my boy.
所長の出勤を待って朝一でこっちに直接踏み込んでくるぞ。
Underestimated our boy Tomitake. I mean, can you blame me? They're in a relationship. I thought, you never would have suspected, like, your loved one, you know what I mean?
相変わらずことを派手にしたがる性分だな。てめえの体一つで喧嘩もできないんですかね。
わしもますますに面白くなってきたぜ。今の電話で眠気が飛んだわ。やはりいるな。お前の言う怪しげな連中がゾロゾロと這い出してくるのを感じるぜ。
Well, that's true. Hey, but he had a hard time fighting off that temptation, though. You gotta be honest. You gotta be honest. He had a hard time when Takano was giving him the dirty talk. He's like, I'm with it for a little bit, but then he came around. He came around a bit. Well, things are getting interesting now. Well, true and understand, but he's still made it. What's up next? Hey, demons, over here. Come further in. Where are we going next?
もしもし、富武です。
Oh, Tomitake.
おはようございます、富武に。早朝にすみません。山犬に動きがありましたのでご連絡します。つい先ほど山犬の全隊員に非常招集がかけられました。目的は不明です。
そうですか。動きがありましたか。
Tomitake turned on the light next to his bed and put on his glasses as he answered.
それからそちらの警察内で妙な情報が流れています。まだ裏付けが取れませんが、女王感染者であるフルデリカの死体が発見されたというのです。
詳しい話を。
Oh, wait, did they not tell Tomitake about the plan?
収容されていた身元不明死体の身元がフルデリカだったというものです。
Don't tell me they forgot to tell Tomitake.
死後48時間を経過しているとか。緊急マニュアル第34号の発令基準を超えた事態ですが、現在のところ
Oh my god, why would they not tell Tomitake?
そちらでは何か情報が入っていませんか。
いえ、私は沖宮にいますので分かりませんが、それはありえないでしょう。多分女王感染者の死亡は何かの誤報だと思います。
こちらも誤報を疑っていますが、分析では情報の精度は極めて高く、ほぼ間違いないとのことです。未確認ですが、鑑識課職員複数が証言していると。
Hopefully he's smart enough to read between the lines. Please, Tomitake.
しかし、
Tomitake realized... Okay, he's good. He's catching on. He realized that the Okinomiya police station was Oishi's territory. He also realized that this must be the work of Rika and her friends. Tomitake tried to think calmly. Even if they didn't know who their enemy was, it's obvious the emergency manual is the signal for an explosion. So they must have come up with the idea to destroy that signal. The foundation of the emergency manual is that unless something is done about it within 48 hours after the Queen Carrier's death, all the villagers will develop terminal stage symptoms. So if nothing happens after 48 hours, there is no need for the emergency manual. And with that, the mountain dogs have been called in.
もしもし、未確認ですが、鑑識課職員複数が証言していると。
はい、失礼。どうやら現状を考えると、入江機関に不穏な動きがないと断言することは難しいようです。一切に入江機関を緊急査察されるよう進言をお願いします。
I think the biggest disadvantage that Takano has is pretty obvious. Is that she doesn't know that Rika has caught on. She doesn't know like the kids are against her. She doesn't know that Oishi's against her. She doesn't know that the police are against her. She doesn't know any of that. That's the problem that she's facing right now. If she gets to know that, things could get very, very messy. Speaking of Oishi's police department, the anime did Katsuya dirty. With generic, unforgettable character design. Everyone is against Takano. Who's Katsuya? You'll have to remind me who Katsuya is. I'm brain farting right now.
また最悪の事態に備え、番犬部隊への予備命令も進言します。
了解しました。9時になればもっとまとまった連絡が入ってくると思います。 山犬造反となればそちらも危険です。十分ご注意を。
もちろん用心してます。
Oh, you mean Kumagai? Oh, that guy. Oh, they did him dirty? You're talking about Kumagai, right?
では次の定期連絡は9時に。
It was 6 a.m. Tomitake would get another call in 3 hours.
ウグイス1より前へ。
Oh, we're going back to the Mountain Dogs.
富武は406号室だ。屋外監視、問題ないか。
ウグイス4、野外監視問題なし。
Yes, look at the Chad distinguishable character design and what the anime had. I'll have to look at it after I finish. I don't want to Google anything related to Higurashi, because I know I'll get spoiled if I do. Hey, Golden. Hope work's going well.
ウグイス5、フロア問題なし。ウグイス3、室内は無音。多分、就寝してます。
There was a do not disturb sign on Tomitake's door. Perhaps he stayed up very late last night and was planning to sleep in. This was a great chance for the Nightingales.
いいか、生かして捉えろ。
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just saying it's tragic. I know.
サンサのオーダーだぞ。始めろ。
They tried to break into Tomitake's room very quietly. Obviously, it was a simple job for them to pick a hotel room's lock. The two members at the door communicated with each other using sign language. Even knowing he was asleep, it would be a good idea not to barge in. They opened the door very cautiously and quietly. The room's interior was organized but tasteless, typical of cheap hotels. The only furnishings were a bed, a small desk, and a coin-operated TV. Anime just had them kick down the door. Are you serious? Clearly only one person could stay in this room. What? Well, no. Well, no, not clearly one person. One bed? Two bed. Two bed. Two people. Two people could stay. What do you mean? Two bed. Bed two. Dose bed. Dose people. And there in the bed, Tomitake couldn't be found. I'm kidding.
どうしたウグイス3、応答しろ。
そう、もぬけの殻です。
You know something an actual Secret Service behind the scenes conspiracy organization would do? I know, right? It was still early in the morning, but the room was empty.
どういうことでしょう。富武には野鳥撮影と散策の趣味がありました。まさか早朝からどこかへ出かけているのでは。
いや、違う。こいつは多分やられたぞ。
The do not disturb sign was on the door. With that sign there, the housekeepers wouldn't come into the room, so they wouldn't know if it was empty or not. The sign had probably been on there since at least the day before. Tomitake's hobby comes in handy. Oh, well, nope. Knowing that Tomitake was planning to stay for a long period, the hotel hadn't really paid much attention. In other words, the room had been empty since then.
多分、奴は襲撃を予見して宿を変えたんだ。そうか。それでしばらく姿を現さなかったのか。
If only he didn't have that sign up, maybe that he could have deceived them for a little bit longer. I mean, at least they don't know the hotel he's at, so there's that.
サンサに緊急連絡。ちくしょう、こっちの作戦が漏れているぞ。
Okunogi realized that he had been beaten to the punch. The foundation of the emergency manual had collapsed, And with that, the basis of the final operation was shaky. Okanogi felt that the Major had panicked and rushed into confirming that was going on too hastily. If Tomitake suspected us and went into hiding, then after he caught a wind of that, he was sure to come and grab us by our tails.
全てができすぎだぜ。くそ、向こうの計略に綺麗に決まっちまったみたいだぞ。
Yeah, but they're aware he's onto them and he has fled. Deception could help for a little time. It doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The past is the past. Okanogi tried to calm himself. If he was going to investigate in secret, he could assume that Tomitake was still nearby. The department in Tokyo must be the one conducting the investigation. So he must be waiting somewhere for a report from that department. Tomitake was probably at a new hotel. Probably somewhere in Okinomiya.
東京班のカラスに連絡を取れ。おそらく調査部が定期連絡してる相手がいるはずだ。その相手の番号を調べさせろ。
Oh shoot. Okay. Well, that's not good.
そいつが獅子骨市内の番号だったらビンゴだ。
It's 1:30 p.m. here again. What time is it, y'all? 7:27 p.m. So pretty much 7:30. Okanogi was confident about his hunch. For us East Coast folk, anyway. But if what he was thinking is correct, that meant his identity was about to be exposed. It also meant his operation had failed before it even started. But it wasn't a checkmate quite yet. He could prove that the dead body at the Okinomiya police station wasn't R, then everything would go back to square one. All he had to do was capture Tomitake and then check the body at the station. That was all.
隊長、カラスに連絡が取れました。通話内容は確認不能ですが、電話番号だけならなんとかできると。
We're starting to realize all the leaks in their organization. I know, right? Well, this is not good.
ただし、時間が欲しいそうです。
どの程度？
ほんの数時間ほどだそうです。
Just a few hours.
ほんのときたもんか。せかしゃしねえが、可能な限り急げと伝えろ。
It was a little past 6 a.m. It was already light outside, but still too early for the cicadas to start their morning chorus. Oh. They had endured the first wave. It was now a matter of how quickly they could recover. Okanogi just hoped that the mayor didn't throw the major didn't throw a fit.
隊長、カラスより連絡です。電話番号は調査中。なお調査部は9時を定時連絡時刻に定めているようです。
あと3時間か。
Cicadas starting their opening chorus of victory or failure. He looked up at the clock. Even the little things were beginning to bother Okanogi. Every time the second hand moved, he became more impatient, realizing the check-in time was getting closer and closer.
それから調査部長の岡一佐が番犬に対し予備命令を発令しました。任務は示されていないとのことです。
ってことは、引っ込みがつくような招集ってわけだな。大事でなけりゃ訓練ってことにしてごまかそうってらしい。大丈夫だ。まだ時間があるってことだ。
続報です。調査部長が幕僚長の自宅へ電話しています。内容は不明。
大丈夫だ。大丈夫。
I noticed that Ryukishi, in the first 6 arcs of failure, he focused on the Higurashi crying. But now he's shifting the cicadas crying their chorus. I see you, Ryu. Ooh, ooh.
まだギリギリ大丈夫だ。
The Bloodhound's standby orders meant they saw a very high chance of the Erie Institute revolting. People on site must be practically certain of it. Though it's not as difficult to execute as the emergency manual, ordering out the Bloodhounds isn't that easy. They only did so because they've realized that some kind of trouble is afoot. Okanogi was sure that the people who wanted to conclude matters peacefully were trying to settle things down by saying it was just a mistake. In order to the Bloodhounds to stand by without clarifying a mission is like a middle ground in that sense. But the head of the research division had called the chief of staff. This is a very dangerous situation for the Mountain Dogs. In other words, the higher ranks of the SDF, or people even higher than them, had decided that the Bloodhounds could take the field. The uniforms are hot-blooded, but the suits always push for peaceful resolutions. They still hadn't decided which way they want to go yet. Our loss wasn't certain yet. Win or tie, everything was riding on the same table. If that was the case, the call coming in at 9 AM from the research division didn't bode well. Okanogi couldn't say why, but he had that impression. It was just his wild instinct doing its job. He could guess that the people in Tokyo were going to ask Tomitake about the situation in detail, and then decide what to do based on that. It was possible that the head of the division, or even the chief of staff himself, might come on the phone. Then the Bloodhounds might get an order as soon as the 9 AM phone conversation was over, which would result in his defeat. Tokyo was still unsure. Some were still thinking it was some kind of mistake, or they wanted to think it was some kind of mistake. If Tomitake didn't answer the phone, they might send some people immediately. They wouldn't order out the Bloodhound. There was a chance it could end in a draw. The Higurashi are apparently evening... they're evening cicadas. Or at least a different type, shifting from the cicadas of the night to cicadas of the day. Does this mean we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel of night? I don't know. Every time they've referred to the Higurashi, it's usually just meaning evening cicadas I've seen. They either call them the Higurashi or cicadas. If they found out that the body didn't actually belong to R, then, although it would corner them, they still had a good chance of winning. But they'd lose the possibility of a complete victory. Okanogi knew that Takano's clients hadn't ordered anything else but exactly that. He didn't want to admit it, but the enemy's surprise attack had succeeded.
隊長
やかましいんね、落ち着けや。だらず。連中はまだ確信してない。疑っちゃいるが、バレちゃいない。まだギリギリ大丈夫なんだ。とにかく、先に情報を得た方が勝つ。
I was just trying to see some thematic point of Ryukishi specifically using her Higurashi and normal cicada. No, I got you.
連中が尻尾をつかむか、俺たちが尻尾をつかむか。確かに初戦の奇襲で徹底的にやられたが、まだ全滅じゃない。だから白旗を上げるんじゃねえ。
Okanogi is a really good leader. He's being a better leader than Takano right now.
とにかく待つんだ。カラスが富武の潜伏先を暴く。警察の協力員が R の死亡の真偽を暴く。
I wonder if we're gonna get a rematch between Akasaka and Okanogi. Because Okanogi was the guy that like almost killed Akasaka, if you remember in chapter 4.
とにかく今は待つんだ。耐えるんだ。
失礼します。高野三佐からです。相当ご立腹の様子で。
She sounds extremely angry. Okanogi, the goat of the mountain dogs. He's a cool antagonist character. Yeah, he is pretty cool.
ふしてチャンスを待とう。
Don't have time to
俺は
babysit
お
a
姫様
princess.
おもりか。あ、もしもし。おこのぎです。
Please tell me we can hear Takano yelling from the other side.
まあそう焦らず。
Oh man, we can't. I was hoping to hear some like angry Takano in the background.
まだそう決まったわけじゃありませんね。
He is apparently well liked with anyone who goes through Higurashi. I mean, he's a pretty non-offending villain. Like, you know, he's You know, he's smart and he goes about things smartly. Angry Takano. No real downsides to him, at least from what I've seen.
まずは落ち着いてコーヒーでも。
I mean, he's the smartest among any of his men. He's the only one that ever thinks. Come on.
Hey.
Sip him. I mean, what? What? Nani? Okinogi tried to change the subject while pretending to laugh, but all he could do was hear Takano's frantic voice. He couldn't even understand what she was trying to say. Oh, we go back to Takano. The second hand on the clock ticked on. Who was going to be able to smile at the end of it all? Today was going to be a long battle. Okinogi's instincts told him so.
お疲れさんです。今のは誰からですか？
今度はうちの花垂所長じゃわい。だんだんと手強くなってきたぞい。だが、わしの敵じゃないな。事務や風情が技術屋に勝てると思ったか。しかし、所長が今日、所長会のゴルフでよかったわい。直接来られたら、ちと面倒だったぞ。
ゴルフ場から電話とは仕事してんだかしてないんだか。大高君め、所長と一緒に乗り込みたかったろうに、今頃悔しがってるぞ。
間接攻撃でダメなら次は直接攻撃ですかね。乗り込んできますか、大高のやつ。
所長が捕まらないんじゃ自分で乗り込むしかないと踏むでしょう。ああ、もうじき8時半か。下の窓口が開く頃だ。
Police playing the role of epic trolls. It is pretty great. I do suspect that they'll be able to catch on and the surprise attack won't actually work. Well, it got them, like, fumbling and stumbling all over the place, but they won't be defeated after the surprise attack. It shouldn't be that easy, in my opinion. It shouldn't be that easy. Morning had finally arrived. The chorus of cicadas had begun. That familiar sound would make one think it was just another day. But it was hardly going to be normal. It wasn't just an ordinary Sunday. Wishing his men already realized that they were grazing the tip of a huge conspiracy.
大高君の性分だと多分堂々と胸を張って正面からやってくるでしょ
う。自分だけが正義だと思ってるやつにありがちっすね。
わしはここで電話を耐える。お前らはそいつを頼むぞ。
よし、お出迎えで行きましょうかね。
Of course, at the start of war. Yeah, okay, so, like, I'm fine if nobody, like, dies, right? If... It's okay if none of the main characters die. I'll get that. That's, like, the goal. But it can't be easy. I don't think I'd like it if it was, like, an easy, complete, perfect win, you know what I mean? Like, they have to be struggling.
クマちゃんはここを頼みます。
That's my take. So this surprise attack can't be like the one that won them. The lobby of the Okinomiya police was just like that of any other police station. It could hardly be said to have a welcoming atmosphere. Some of the tiles on the floor were broken and cracked, so sometimes people tripped on them. The spots were covered by pieces of cardboard and there was a sign that said, "Caution, watch your step." It was also a pot with a dead plant in it. It was far from a friendly lobby. Yeah, of course there'll be some struggle. It was quite intense even. Oh, wow. Unlike hospitals and banks, there wasn't a line of people at the counters of the police station. But there were a few sitting on a sofa waiting for the counters to open. And they would open soon. Some workers were standing by on the other side of the counters. Utako was snobbish enough snobbish enough that Oishi didn't want to deal with him first thing in the morning. If only he was a pretty young Oh, okay. Oishi and his men were on a very important job. If Futaka found out that Rika Furude's death had been faked, the operation was finished. They're only able to shake up the enemy now, while Rika Furude's death is still on the books. Ryukishi, not now! They had to stall for every minute, every second they could, so Tomitake could seize hold of the tail that was popping out. So if the truth about Rika Furude's death was exposed before Tomitake had that chance, the enemy would recover. The emergency manual would regain its credibility, and although the enemy wouldn't enact it immediately, they would try again for sure. Rika Furude had detected the conspiracy ahead of time, but there was a miracle, the divine winds. Japan had prevented Mongol invasions twice in the past with such miracles, but nothing like that happened during World War II. They might not be so lucky next time. They might not get another chance. There might be no next time at all. Imagine at this point in the story, Ryukishi could help putting one last explanation. It's fine, it's fine. That's just Ryukishi's style. I can't hate on it too much. Unless they defeated them this time, they would never win again. While it was possible to do some serious damage, a tied game would inevitably lead to the enemy's victory. They had to completely expose what the enemy was up to, allowing Tomitake to call in a suppression unit to defeat them. That was why Oishi had to stop their vanguard here. His job, therefore, was an extremely important one. If the enemy's conspiracy succeeded, Miyazawa would be destroyed, and more than 2,000 villagers would be executed in a gas disaster. Either way, the incident would never go public. The people's lives depended on it. Oishi was violating his professional duties. However, he had to do what was right. Oishi thought back to when the old man taught him that. Someone who, despite the hot weather, was wearing a suit came in through the automatic sliding door. He had two of his colleagues with him. He was showing off his authority like he always did.
Yo! Ohayo gozaimasu, Otaka-kun.
What's up, Utaka?
これはおはようございます大石さん。それから私のことは君と呼ばないでください。もうあなたに君で呼ばれるような立場ではありません。
まあまあ、そんなこと言わずに。
No, don't be like that.
同じ宅で麻雀を打ってよしみじゃないですか?
Utaka seemed disgusted to hear that. He used to boast about being a good mahjong player, but Oishi once beat him badly in front of many people, which hurt his pride.
あなたとゆっくり休校を温めたいところですが、今日は急ぎの用事がありますので、失礼させていただきます。
Sad they don't have a sprite for him, honestly.
まあまあ、そう言わずに。交流剣道大会で少女の筆行委託を忘れちまったと。あんたが私に泣きついてきたんで、こっそりステージ裏で書いてあげたから、無事表彰式ができたんじゃないの。
その件については感謝していますが、今は関係ないことです。
ありゃ、感謝してくれてましたの？な、そりゃ失礼。そういう話はとんと聞いたことがなかったもので。県警では、私が書きたいとわがまま言ったから、筆行委託を断って、わざわざ書かせてやったんだって話で通ってましたよ。
Makes it so much more funny and satisfying seeing his face, yeah.
症状の字があまりにうまくないので、どういうことなんだと本部長に聞かれて以来のあなたの言い訳のはずですが。
さあ、どうなんでしょうね。 誰かが誤解してるんじゃないですか？私はそんなこと言ってませんよ。
県警本部はあなたの島だろうが、あいにくここは沖宮署でね。
Oh shit.
あんたの思い通りにはそうそうならんってこってす。
Oh shit.
ほう。それはどういう意味ですか、大石さん。
あんたがここへ何しに来たかは知らんが、あんたの島はゴグラだ。沖宮じゃない。おとなしく引き上げてもらいましょう。
何の権限があってだね。
そちらこそ何の権限があってですかな。
His voice alone expresses so much pretentious arrogance that rivals even Keiichi. Oh god.
県警本部で現在捜査中のある秘匿捜査事件についてだ。その件に関連があると思われる身元不明死体がこちらにあると聞いてね。
なら電話でお問い合わせを。
Okinomiya isn't a rich neighborhood. This isn't a place where someone in a custom-made suit should be.
なるほど。どうやら鑑識課の連中とつるんでいるようですね。所長から検視報告をすべて県警本部に引き渡すよう命令が来ているはずです。
その件については鑑識から所長に説明が入っているはずです。まだ検視中でね。ちょいとうちのミスで身元が特定されたような情報が内部に流れちまったようですが、ですので報告書を出すにはちょいとお時間をいただかないとならないわけです。
ならその検視に我々も立ち会わせてもらおう。
嫌です。
Giga Chad Oishi. No. Bro just said no. Speaking of that, hasn't it been expressed once or implied that Keiichi would... Yeah, it did. Oh yeah, they did say Keiichi would make a good politician. Ugh, I hate that. Wish you said the thing. No.
はあ私は県警本部の秘匿事件担当として。
No.
それが本当なら。
Whoa, okay, what is happening? Jesus Christ.
私はあんたの刑事魂を疑わない。刑事魂は高潔だ。そりゃお給料がもらえなかったらこんな商売誰だってやりゃしないです。ですがね、それだけじゃ測れない魂がなきゃ刑事は務められないんです。あんたにその魂があるってんなら私はここを譲りますよ。
The look in Oishi's eyes made clear the anger that was roiling within him. A war is what's happening, Mochi. Fair enough. Okay. Oh my god, I'm not looking at my chat. Oishi being the hero for once. The music is fitting Making this feel like a superhero last-minute appearance, fitting for Oishi since it took him 8 arcs to be a hero. True. True. As he looked into those eyes, Utaka recalled all kinds of frightening memories. Utaka didn't want Oishi to sense his fear, but he couldn't prevent himself from loudly swallowing.
ならそこを譲ってもらいましょう。私も刑事魂でここに来ています。そこをどいてください。
なら私をその刑事魂で押してどかしてみなさい。
Why don't you make me?
ほれ。
Oishi is challenging the man to a fight.
なんですって。
あんたの刑事魂が私の刑事魂に負けないくらいに重いものなら私なんか簡単にどかせちゃうはずですよ。
This is epic, dude. What the heck? Come on.
試してみなさい。
Oishi was obviously saying that he had no intention of letting Utaka through. How could he do this? Utaka was confused. Utaka was an elite policeman at the prefectural police headquarters. He believed academic background and performance record were enough to earn trust. He has been working under that belief. This is now a shonen battle. But Oishi doesn't acknowledge that, and he doesn't even respect him. He's a scumbag. I mean, we've already had a shonen battle with Reina and Keiichi on the roof, so this ain't out of nowhere, true. You know, looking back on it, I don't know if I really like that battle between Keiichi and Reina. Just felt like too shonen, you know what I mean? Felt kind of corny, if that makes sense. He was the worst type of person, one who tried to establish their meaning and purpose only through rough means, refusing to acknowledge everything about their superiors in order to protect their own pride, as uncivilized people often did. Utaka had been thinking ever since they worked together. Why did people trust in someone like Oishi? Why did people respect him? Why did people appreciate someone like Oishi more than they did Utaka? Oh yeah, the power of friendship trope, yeah. True. I guess I can't really complain too much about the shonen stuff.
今すぐどかなければ捜査妨害で君を告発することもできるんだぞ。
ほう。そりゃどんな捜査ですかな。話してくれりゃ協力もしますよ。
だから君もわからない人だな。秘匿捜査だから君ごとき田舎署の刑事には話せんのだ。
なるほど。全部話せないなら一部でもいい。あんたはその仕事に何を背負ってますか？
But Higurashi does the power of friendship so much better than most shonen. Yeah, I think the complaint with power of friendship isn't that if it's well written. I think the problem is just that it's overdone and is used as like a cop-out of like, well, we can beat them if we're good enough friends. I don't really see that in Higurashi that much. It's well written and, well, they didn't beat them with the power of just friends, as was seen in Chapter 7. They're actually using more realistic means. And this is an older novel anyways. This is when the trope wasn't as established as it is now.
背負う？何を言ってるんだ？
Yeah, that is definitely the problem in usual shonen. Yeah.
私はね、背負ってますよ。私の後ろには村の住民の命運2000人分があります。あんたを通せば2000人、いや その親戚やご家族も含めればもっと大勢の人が悲しむことになる。あんた分かってますよね。
何の話かさっぱりだ。
腹を割ってやる。あんたの飼い主は恐ろしいことを企んでいる。あんたはそこまで想像がついちゃいないだろうが、何千人もの人が不幸になる恐ろしい陰謀を企んでいる。
I think it'll make them a little more than unhappy. I think it'll make them dead. It helps that Higurashi builds up its friendships and why it's important how it can fail and turn apart. Yeah.
そいつがくじかれる里屋だってんで、多分就寝中だったあんたを叩き起こしてすぐに調べろと命じたんだ。いくらの小遣いで頼まれてるかは知らんが、それがあんたの刑事魂より重いってんなら。
Oishi stopped talking there, but his eyes continued to speak after that.
何を言っているのかさっぱりわからないですよ。とにかくそこを通してください。
Higurashi is the avatar. Utaka's baffled behavior confirmed what Oishi had just said. He had been bought off by someone shady. Though maybe he didn't think that he was bought. He probably thought he was just filling the request to confirm Rika Furute's body as a favor from someone in the information network he assumed he built himself. Of course, the part about it being a classified investigation was a lie. But when an elite policeman from the prefectural headquarters said it was a classified investigation, everyone would grovel and salute him. But, Oishi didn't salute him at all.
話になりません。このことは後日必ず所長に抗議させていただきます。
Oh!
おう、またんかい。
Uh-oh.
話はまだ終わってません。
Oishi said, I ain't done with you. As Utaka tried to walk by, Oishi grabbed him by the arm. Utaka tried to make him let it go, but Oishi was just too strong.
話してください、大石さん。
ありゃ、大して力を入れてるつもりはないんですがね。
Oh god.
あんたに真の刑事魂があったら、こんなのには屈しない。あんたの揺るぎない正義が、私なんかあっさり打ち倒して踏み越えていくでしょう。だが、あんたはこの程度の腕も剥がせない。なんでかわかりますか？
Oishi be like, I'm an old man and yet this puny strength is hurting.
話せ！
てめえには刑事魂がないからだよ。
Oh shit. Oishi let go of his shoulder and Utaka tumbled onto the floor, sliding for more than 2 meters.
これは捜査妨害だ。
You know, man, I don't think Oishi cares at this point.
公務執行妨害、いや、傷害の現行犯だぞ。
This is assault.
緊急対応しろ。
Utaka ordered his 2 colleagues around, but they didn't know what to do. Oishi was obviously also a policeman, and obviously there was something more going on between them. Besides, they could sense one thing. Their instincts were telling them that Oishi was far stronger than them. They were no match at all.
どうしましたか、大石さん。
Some officers were gathering in the lobby. They all looked puzzled.
いえいえ、県警の青二歳が筋の通らんことを言い出したもので、ちょいと先輩として指導したまでです。
Get him. Get him. The officers alternately looked between Oishi and Utaka. They knew something was going on, but they didn't know the circumstances, so they didn't know which one to stop. I mean, there's only one that's doing something in the first place. Oishi was respected by the policemen of the Okinomiya station. Everyone respected him. If Oishi said that Utaka was being selfish, then he must be at fault. Oishi was generally seen as sensible. All of them thought that Oishi would only do this in a public place like a lobby, if it was something major. Utaka was feeling humiliated to get such attention. He stood up calmly, hiding his humiliation with anger.
なるほど。あなたの言い分は分かりました。私も子供の使いでここに来ているわけじゃない。
いい根性です。
I like your spirit.
胸を貸しますよ。
Oh god.
かかってこい、青二歳が。お前は。
We should be like ready for round 2.
そんなもんか。くそー。お前の義理魂はそんなもんか。俺はひなみ沢2000人を背負ってる。諸葛管内2000人の命を預かってる。ならば2000人を押し退ける気迫で今回や。
Oh crap. Man, he's just not able to do it. It was like watching a match between a sumo wrestler and a small child. No matter how many times Utaka tried to tackle Oishi, he simply crumbled against him. Mouse. Oishi stood firm as if his feet were rooted to the earth. By the third time Utaka tumbled to the floor, he finally realized that he had been provoked. He caught his breath and fixed his hair. Yeah, that is a pretty good line, Ruben.
わかりました。ならばお教えしましょう。私が担当している事件は、あなたもご存知の S 号絡みです。その経由で、とある方面から真偽を確かめてほしいと依頼されたのです。
回りくどい言い方じゃわかりませんな。もうちょいわかるようにお願いします。
何しろ疑われているのはひなみ沢地区では信仰上のマスコットともいえる少女の死なのです。それが事実かどうかすぐに確かめなければなりません。
Let me introduce you to real power.
だから電話で説明したでしょ。
He's like the Knuckles meme. He's like, do I look like I need your power?
現在調査中。まだまだお時間がかかります。
いや、言いたくなかったんですがね。この依頼はもう隠すのはやめましょう。あなたの大の苦手の園崎議員からです。
Representative Sonozaki?
はあ、紋付き袴の怖い人ね。確かに苦手ですね。あの人に凄まれたら私も道理を引っ込めて無理を通すしかありません。
そうでしょう、そうでしょう。その園崎議員から大至急本当にフルで理科の死体なのかどうか確かめてほしいと依頼されたのです。
Utaku makes his move. Bluff.
住民の依頼ですからね。住民のための警察です。引き受けるのは当然ですよ。何しろフルで理科は 南沢ではただの少女じゃない。特別な意味を持つ少女です。その少女の死体が出たなんて話が未確認情報でも流れれば、それを確かめたいと思うのは至極当然です。そうでしょう。
I like how Oishi is just doing the equivalent of stalling for time. Like, that's basically what he's doing.
あんた、そういうのは一般の方の耳に入らないところで言った方がいいですよ。ここ、ロビーですから。
これは失礼。
Utaku suddenly realized his mistake. Too bad Oishi knows the truth of the Sonozaki family. Utaku, that was a wrong move. Some people were even whispering behind him. One of them spoke to Utaka hesitantly.
フルでのリカちゃまが亡くなったってのは本当なのかい？
Big oof.
ご安心を奥さん。まだそうと決まったわけではありません。
I didn't think I'd finish my drink. Wait.
それを確認するために県警から参上しました。
そうです。まだそうと決まったわけではありません。現在それを確認中なのでお待ちをと申し上げているだけなのです。
その確認に立ち会わせろと言っているのです。いいんですか？私は園崎議員の依頼でここに来ているんです。その私にここまでの邪魔をしてくれたというなら、それは全て議員に話します。困ったことになるのは大石さん、あなたの方なんですからね。そろそろ降参した方がいいんじゃありませんか。
Oishi don't know the meaning of surrender, boy. Representative Sonozaki was well known in this area as an extremely tough congressman. The people who knew about him continued to whisper. Utaka grinned when he heard them whisper. He realized then that in Okinomiya his threat was more effective than he thought it would be.
あらやだ。
Well, never mind. Akane is calling for a fact check. Akane is calling for a fact check. We know how fast rumors run in this town. This might have indirectly helped Takado's plan. Wish you let me introduce you to real power.
サブローさん、そんなこと頼んだのかい？
そこの県警さん、すんませんが
Introduces to Sonozaki.
それ、園崎議員さんが本当に頼んだんですかいの？ええ、そうです。私が議員から直接依頼されたのです。
I love this man. That's right, he sure did. He turns around. Oh no. Oh no.
どうです？
Utaka, sorry, you checkmated yourself.
大石さん。さすがに降参では
People continue to whisper. Representative Sonozaki is a big name around here, Utaka thought. Even gangsters give way if someone mentions his name here in Okinomiya.
さあ、議員が怖かったらそこを開けてもらいましょうか、大石さん。
I'm just waiting for him to realize at this point. Oh
の最高府は8番の窓口でご相談を。
は
Huh?
あ、私がいつ反則切符など。
Oishi suddenly started to talk about something completely different. Oishi's just like, don't worry, it's okay at this it's okay at this point. It's okay, man. We know. You made the big clown of yourself. It's okay. In fact, Wishy was looking at something behind Utaka. Big oof. Huh? Who was he talking to? Otaka wondered. Oh no. An old-fashioned elderly man and a lady in a kimono were standing in behind him. Utaka is the representation of that meme of the guy putting on clown makeup, literally. Oh wait, did I accidentally skip? When Utaka's eyes met with hers, she smiled at him. She's definitely my type, Utaka thought. She's everyone's type, man. Sonozaki mommy, ugh.
なあ、お前さん。本当に園崎議員に直接依頼されたんだね。秘書とかそういうのじゃなく。
そうですとも。
Wait a minute. Wait. Hold on a minute. Does he not know what he looks like? Does he not know what he looks like?
こう見えても園崎議員とは懇意な関係でしてね。直接お電話をいただくこともあるのです。
He doesn't know? Oh my god. The elderly man continued to listen with a puzzled expression.
お前誰じゃい？
は？名乗るほどではありません。県警本部に勤める一警官に過ぎませんよ。
あまりにもできすぎたシチュエーションです。その笑うしかないですな。
Oh man.
なんだ、やっぱりこれは笑ってもい
The
いことな
clown
のか？
circus continues.
それは私も気づかなかったわ。
Utaka couldn't understand why Oishi and this lady were laughing.
どうしたんですか？今日はご一緒でお越しになって。
いや、それがね、例の切符なんだけどさ、左折禁止の看板が茂った葉っぱで見えなかったんだよ。
She's talking about the ticket from last scene. when she's talking about him.
その出口に白バイが待ってるってのはちょいとやり口が汚いんじゃないかいって言ったらさ。
Does the green hair not register, Utaka? You really have no idea?
三郎さんがそれは抗議した方がいいって言ってこうしてついてきてくれたわけなんだよ。
ああ、行動の樹木は市役所の管轄ですからね。よくそういうのうちに来るんですが、なんともしがたいんですよね。それを知りながら出口で待ち伏せとるっちゅうが、けしかこうして抗議に来たんじゃ。
He's that kind of politician that proclaims to care for his community but doesn't know jack crap.
わかりました。そいつは市役所と交通課に私の方から行ってきますんで、今日は一つ穏便に済ませちゃもらえませんかね。 あんたがそう言うなら今日は引き上げるとしよう。
When Nutaka realized they were Oishi's guests, he fixed his tie and spoke up.
でも違反切符はちゃんと支払うんですよ。
Oh no.
規則です。
Oh no.
カチンとくるお人だね。
Oh my god, this guy is barking up the wrong tree. I'm gonna leave this scene.
カチンとくるお人でしょ。お茶目な一面もたまにあるんですがね。
私は今そこの大石刑事と重要な話をしている最中なんです。さあお二人とも用が済んだらお帰りを。そして良い一日を奥さん。
Grab.
ああ、良い一日をね、県警の旦那も。
Grab. Wait, what is happening? The two of them grabbed Utaka's shoulders from behind. Oh no. The lady grabbed his right shoulder and the elderly man grabbed his left. Oh no.
県警の旦那。私は生まれてこの方。嫌いなものが2つ
Oh
ある。
god.
何かわかるかい？
は
え？
一つは椎茸。
Oh.
生まれた時からこいつだけは苦手でね。
I don't like mushrooms in general, so I get that.
食うのもダメだし、出汁を取ったのもダメさ。もう一つは嘘。食わされるのもダメだし、出汁に使われるのも気に入らない。ここまでコケにされちゃいけないね。
Oh.
石骨の鬼姫、園崎茜。売られた喧嘩は値引かないのだけが自慢さ。
Oh shit.
園崎家のあんたが言うな。あと鬼姫って部分を一市民に置き換えれば完璧です。
Imagine some low-level police officer unintentionally talking smack to infamous mafia family heads. Yep, Mion is definitely her daughter.
Huh?
Eh? The police officers, the citizens in the lobby, and Utaka's colleagues didn't know what was going on.
ご説明します。
Same level of flair of dramatic.
こちらは園崎茜さん。鹿骨市婦人権友会の副会長さんです。こちらは園崎三郎さん。県剣道連盟の名誉理事さんです。それより前に肩書きがありますね。失礼。獅子骨肉選出の県議、園崎先生です。
え？
いやー、お二人とも県警剣道部師範代の大高君に稽古をつけるために本日はお越しくださったんですよね。なははは、朝から本当に申し訳ございません。
This is so sad.
さあさあ、先生方を道場にお通ししてください。
Oh my god. This is just actual assault. Game over.
銀さん。なんじゃい。
The same.
お前さんとは恋の仲じゃな。踊りが言うたんじゃ。今日はとことん付き合ってもらう。
Oh no.
私も久々に燃えてきた。
Oh god, I kind of feel bad for the guy, kind of. The two of them were still clinging to his shoulders and laughing meaningfully. Utaka laughed along with them. He still doesn't know what's going on. Oh god. Oh god. They just killed them. They actually killed him. Oh my god. Utaka is becoming Joker. I'm the Joker, baby. God. I fell asleep. Oh, you're good.
確かですわよね。
Oh, we're back to talking, oh mommy, having a rough time at it.
確かに昨日の時点で入江所長は女王感染者が在宅しているのを確認したんですわよね。
在宅を確認なんてひどい。
Eerie, get out of there. Eerie, get out of there. Eerie. Actually, wait, no, stay. We want you dead. Never mind. Never mind. Just stay. Don't give us away, but stay and die.
夏風邪をひいたというので様子を見に行ったんです。ですからリカさんの死体が見つかるなんてありえるわけがないじゃないですか。
そうですわよ。ありえるわけがないんですわ。でもそれを確認しないと信じてしまってその誤解する人もいますので。
Your sacrifice will be remembered.
誰が何の誤解をするんですか？
そのフルでリカが死んだなどと村に知れたら大変な騒ぎになりますし。
Talking, I was like, ooh, I mean, ooh, you don't know about that. Ooh. Now I'm certain that she's lying. I don't even need to wait to hear from Tomitake-san. Takano-san's objective is the execution of the emergency manual. Its premise is about to be destroyed, and that's why she's panicking. She finally found someone who showed an interest in her research, which made her feel better about herself. Yet that someone is about to cut her off, and that's why she's panicking. She's as pitiful as can be. If it were possible, there was a way to reach out to her. I would reach out to save her from drowning. But my hand will never reach. It won't reach her unless she reaches out. She's drowning, but as long as she refuses to seek help, I'll never reach her. Until she realizes it herself, no matter how much I reach out, she'll refuse my helping hand. That's a Pokemon move, by the way. Helping hand. However, my selfish imagination will have to stop there for now. Is Rika-chan home or not? If she goes into the details, she'll become suspicious of me, since I told her I saw Rika-chan at home. That will put me in a very dangerous position. A man who had been on the phone for some time put down the receiver.
サンサ、電話に出ません。不在のようです。
Uh-oh. Eerie went wide-eyed at that. Uh-oh.
監視班は何と言ってるの？
いえ、監視体制に入った17日以降、外出の形跡はなく、電話の一本もありません。
Uh-oh.
ねえ、入江所長。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
ということは、まだ中にリカちゃんたちはいるということですわよね。
Eerie is literally the, if I speak, I am in trouble. Eerie, haha, I'm in danger.
ええ。そういうことだと思いますが。
I'm not sure, Eerie, you're gonna
どうでしょう。
die, dude. Oh my god. Eerie, you're gonna get killed. I mean, she might, hypothetically, she could be.
もうだいぶ治りかけて元気になってますからね。うまく抜け出して遊びに行ってるのかもしれません。 ほら、今日は綿流しのお祭りじゃありませんか。リカさんの家の近くには確か模擬店部会の水場が設けられていたはずです。人の出入りも多いですから、監視の方が見逃してしまった可能性も。
どうなの？
Erie is the benefit of saying, I saw her yesterday, I haven't been there today. True.
そんなことはあり得るの？
入江所長が出られた後には必ずシールしています。まさか窓から出たのでもない限りありえないでしょ。
But Erie is saying too much. Erie, you gotta stop talking, bro. you gotta shut up.
山犬はあくまでも R は家を出ていないと、そういうのよね。
そうです。間違いありません。R は R 宅内です。そして17日以降、一度たりとも外出していません。絶対に在宅しています。
It's been said that when someone is lying, they go into too much detail to be convincing. True.
それを確認したのが入江所長だけで、山犬の誰一人確認していないのに、そうだと言える。
Oh God.
ね、
One of the mountain dogs looked at me. I swallowed and then nodded to him.
ならどうして沖宮署で R の死体が出てきたりするの？
Just say you didn't see her today, Aerie. That's F and all.
ですからそれは誤報の可能性も。その後の情報では身元不明死体の検視はまだ終わっておらず、フルで理科であるというのは何者かの憶測に過ぎない可能性が高いと。
もうその話は聞き飽きたわ。その怪情報が流れて東京にまで伝わってからもう何時間が経過してると思ってるの？このままでは東京に。
Takano-san realized that I was standing next to her and shut her mouth. Tokyo will do what? I could already tell what she wanted to say, though.
さんさ、東京の野村様よりお電話です。
Oh no.
だからしばらく待てと言ってるのに。
Takano-san usually has a lot of self-control, but she's not doing so well right now. Even her body language makes it clear how irritated she is. Does she have a habit of scratching herself? Oh yeah, she's definitely L5 then, isn't she? As she folded her arms, I could see marks where her nails touched her skin. She's clearly not doing well.
高野さんはお忙しいようですね。
Takano being hounded by everyone, lol. I'd hate to be the leader of a big organization, honestly.
私が出ましょう。野村さんですか？初めてお電話いただく方ですね。
いえ、サンサー邸ですので。
The mountain dog looked alternately between Takano-san's and my faces.
入江所長、今ちょっと立て込んでおりますの。大変申し訳ございませんけど、所長室にお戻りいただいてもいいですか？
Can you get the F out?
そうですか。
When everything is going well, it's fine, but when everything turns to crap, everyone turns to you for advice and it gets overwhelming. Yeah. Yeah, this will definitely push you to L5. Because the whole thing of L5 is that you're usually pretty fine unless you go under like an intense amount of stress. And obviously, Takano going through this whole situation is pretty stressed out right now.
そうですね。入江機関の運営はあなたに任せています。私が口を出すことではありませんね。
誰か所長室までお送りして。
Yeah, the fact that the extreme stress is a symptom is terrifying. Yeah. She's basically telling me to get out. I left the security room quietly.
もしもし高野です。お待たせして申し訳ございませんわ。
何度もお電話して申し訳ございません。いかがですか？沖宮署の情報については確認できましたか？
申し訳ございません。今急ぐように指示をしているところです。
That means you'd have to be in control of your emotions all the time, yeah.
すでに内部協力員を沖宮署に向かわせましたので、その連絡を待つだけなのですが。
As angry and stressed as I get at small things, I'd be such an easy target for Hinamizawa syndrome. I don't know about you, Phil. I mean, Ruben. God, why did I've grown accustomed to calling you Ruben, but I look at your username one time and almost say Philoma.
そうですか。ではもうじきですね。
Oh, and I saw your comment on my full part 6 Higurashi playthrough. I appreciate the kind words, man. I really do. I'm glad that you're having fun watching back to those VODs as well.
では、
It's the reason I
何時頃まで
upload
に
them
こち
there.
らにご連絡をいただけますか？
もちろん、分かり次第すぐにご連絡申し上げます。ただそれがいつになるかはお約束が難しいのですが、大至急、急がせておりますので、
Oh my god. Okay, Takano. Calm down.
サンサ、
Major, you're going a little cuckoo.
飛行機に乗ったことは終わりですか？
Is this gonna be like a reference to them, like, they're taking a plunge from the airplane, they're going down? We're going down!
もちろんですわ。
飛行機が離陸するために加速するとき、この時に大きな出力を得るため、エンジントラブルを起こすことがあるのだそうです。
I'm normally a quiet, calm person, but I can get overwhelmed when everyone's focus is on me, so I can get easily annoyed, irritated, and angry. Yeah, I'm a goner, yeah.
その時、まだ大して速度が出ていないならブレーキをかけ、離陸を断念するそうですが。4発の旅客機なら、うち1つのエンジンが壊れていても飛行は可能ですから。それはもちろん、この度の作戦も同じです。エンジンは一つではありませんから、十分な速度が出ていれば、離陸に踏み切るでしょう。
Oh shoot.
後のことはどうとでもなります。
I enjoy your commentary, so it's fun to watch. Thank you.
ですが、この度の作戦という飛行機は、まだ十分な速度どころか、これから離陸しようという段階です。お分かりですね。
First step of the operation was Tomitake's assassination. That hasn't even happened yet, so what Nomura was saying was correct.
もしあなたが乗った旅客機が離陸前からエンジンが故障していると分かったらどうしますか？降りるでしょう？同じことです。離陸前からエンジンに故障が見つかったため、乗客であるクライアントたちが飛行機を降りたがっています。
If they were already at the point of no return, then a little mistake wouldn't matter that much. But since they're still before that point, they're overly cautious about even a tiny mistake.
それが本当に故障なのか、今点検させているところなのです。
This Nomura is ruthless, I know.
ええ、存じています。あなたは管制塔の管制官。私は彼らをなだめる添乗員。離陸の見込みの薄くなる飛行機から降りたいと言い出すクライアントたち。そんな彼らを懸命になだめているところです。これ以上、事態の改善が遅れると、この飛行プラン自体がなかったことになります。高野さんさ。
Oh God.
それはつまり、あなたの祖父の論文が、世まいごとの打分俗文であったと、烙印を押されることですよ。
So, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nomura's basically used that whole analogy to be like, get your crap together, right? Fix the problem. That's gonna be a trigger for her, yeah.
一人の少女が死ぬと、村人が全員錯乱するバカみたい。
Oh no.
何を根拠にそんな世まいごとを。
Oh god.
この分厚い研究結果は全てそんな空想論文だ。なんて。おかしい。
Oh, you think this is just what Takano's hearing right now, because she's going through L5. This isn't actually what Nomura is saying at this point. At this point, I feel like she's getting delusional at what Nomura is actually saying. Oh, wow.
高野ひふみと高野美代って何なのかしら。
Yeah, Takano's definitely, like, deluding herself into hearing this.
おかしいおかしいおかしい。
Takano ground her teeth. She squeezed the receiver so tightly her knuckles went white. Oh, god. Anyway.
なってしまいます。お分かりですか？これはあなたとあなたの尊敬してやまないおじいちゃんの名誉を守るためでもあるんですよ。
Nomura telling her to jump off the plane is basically kill yourself if you don't want to be left as the scapegoat to take all the blame.
ええ。お気遣いをありがとうございますわ。
安心してください。私はあなたの唯一の味方です。あなたにとって一番幸せに報われる結末になるよう最後までお手伝いします。
I mean, she still will be the scapegoat, but at least she won't live through the consequences. Yeah.
ですので、どうか私の顔も立てて、沖宮署の動向を確かめてください。私も努力してますけど、機嫌を損ねるクライアントの皆さんのお相手は楽ではないもので。
You know, it's a dang shame that Nomura doesn't get a sprite, because she's, like, fairly important, you know? It's a dang shame.
ご迷惑をおかけします。
Takano's basically now in the same situation the kids were in for Arc 1 through 6, yeah.
もうしばらくだけご猶予を。ええ。はい、失礼いたします。
Oh god. Takano made sure that Nomura hung up first and then hung up herself.
おこのぎから連絡はまだないの？電話して。
三佐、つい10分前に電話したばかりです。
Hold on. Y'all are gonna hate me, but I have to take a whiz real quick. I wonder if we'll be able to finish the battle today. Or if the battle is gonna be like different sub-chapters. I want to at least finish the battle today. Probably won't be able to though. Let me get my shoe. There we go. My foot's still healing, so I have to still wear a protective shoe. It won't be today. Okay. Alright, be right back. I'm back. And I even have a new water.
情報が入ればすぐに連絡してくることになっています。少しお休みになられては。先ほどのコーヒーも。
Uh-oh. She's not gonna like that. Unit member tried to serve a cup of coffee to Takano, but she knocked it aside. The cup fell on the floor, making a black puddle. Everybody in the security room went silent.
何よ。
Oh.
ボケっとしている暇があったら誰かモップでも持ってきなさい。10分前に電話してても構わない。もう一度かけて催促して。沖宮署の死体がフルで理科ではないという裏付けと行方不明の富武の確保よ。
Takano was starting to realize something. By now, she could sense that there was something behind Tomitake's disappearance. Tomitake must know something about what's happening at the Okinomiya police station. He might look dumb, but he somehow found out about the plan. He was trying to mess with Takano. So Tomitake was clearly behind all of it. Takano had been intending to let him enjoy the festival that night if he behaved. The quickest way for Takano to be certain of what was happening would be to see Rika Furude's face at her house. Sorry, Takano, I think you're slowly starting to lose your man. She sees Tomitake. Tomitake, you bad boy! It's time for a spanking. She gets like a bunch of needles out and starts throwing them at him. But she couldn't leave, and she couldn't trust Eri. And because there were too many people around for the festival, the mountain dogs had their hands full. She would answer the phone, that'd do, but she wouldn't answer. That meant the house was empty, and that Rika Furude's death was real. What went wrong? Who deceived Takano? There was only one person. The only person who claimed that he saw her at the house. Eri was the most suspicious. Oh no! Oh no! Eri! Eri! No, not Eri! Actually, yes, Eri. We want him dead. Get him out of here. The most suspicious person around. Takano already going through the... Eri, you gonna die! Going through the journey of L5, where she's losing trust in anyone and quickly finding anyone to blame, yeah. Tomitake had left the hospital and was nowhere to be found. So maybe Rika had left her house and was hiding somewhere else. In other words, Eri betrayed her and was in contact with Tomitake?
入江所長に監視をつけなさい。
Uh-oh.
まさか所長の在宅確認が。どうして所長が。
She's like, I don't care why.
富武はいつの段階でかわからないけれど、私たちの計画に気づいたのよ。そして宿を脱出し、R も秘密裏に安全なところへ避難させた。私たちはまんまと騙されて空き家を見張り続けてたのよ。
Well, it's not an empty house. Akasaka's in there. It's hilarious how even under L5 stress, she's still competent at her delusions compared to the kids. I know, right? I mean, Eri is sus.
空き家ということはありえません。人影が確かに。
それが R だという保証はあるの？ R じゃない。監視する山犬を騙すために誰かがあそこに身代わりとして留守をしている。そうよ、そうに違いないわ。
Hey, Takano, calm down.
おこのぎに R 宅への強行突入を命じなさい。誰がいるんだか知らないけど、そいつは富武や理科に通じている。そいつを締め上げるのよ。
しかし R 宅への突入は本日は不可能です。 R 宅前は水場になっており、祭りの関係者が常にごった返しています。
Her suspicions are still reasonable, especially compared to someone like Heiichi whose wild imagination sticks to anyone as a culprit. Bro looked at Reina and said, "Sus."
今日の祭りが終わる深夜までは不可能です。
それをなんとかするのが山犬でしょうが。なんとかしなさい、なんとか。
Oh God.
なんで私が言うことじゃ聞いてくれないの？私の言うことは聞けないっていうの？
Oh God.
私の上の保護者の言うことじゃなきゃ聞けないっていうの？
Oh God. Unit members could only watch in silence. Bro looked up at Reina and Mion, who have been good friends this whole time. Yup, they sus. They knew that nothing could comfort her. The noise of the phone suddenly broke the silence. Oh God, it's Nomura again. I'm kidding. It's probably Okinoki. Takano practically jumped.
はい。サンサ、朗報です。
Oh hey.
カラスが東京調査部の定期連絡先の電話番号特定に成功したとのことです。電話番号はししぼねしない。山犬が住所の特定作業に入りました。
富武だ。間違いない。
Well, this is not good.
ひばり、腕利きを集めろ。奴は用心してるぞ。抜かるんじゃねえ。
Takano's VA is so good. The jumpy paranoia and anger is chilling. I know.
白崎はバックアップしろ。
Okinogi, why don't you go? You're like the strongest one there, right?
了解。ひばり湾より全範囲へ。突入先が特定され次第出動するぞ。全員登場しろ。
さあ、電話会社の協力員はまだか。
調べさせてます。5分です。
It was 8:45 a.m. They didn't know where in Chichibon he was staying, but depending on where it was, it might be too far to get there before 9 a.m. I mean, they're all amazing. Keiichi, Reina, and Shion's VAs are all good at expressing their jumpy emotion. Okay, let's do this. If Keiichi's voice actor stopped doing the laugh, he'd be amazing. Oh, amazing. Way to word it. But the laugh gets me. The laugh really gets me. It would have to depend on luck.
バカ野郎！5分じゃねえ！50秒だ！何やってやがんだ！端末に番号を打つだけだろうが！
来ました！住所は市内平坂1丁目のホテルモデラート。
His normal laugh is what I'm talking about.
交換機を経由しているため部屋番号は不明。
聞こえたな、ひばり。
了解。出動。
Luckily, Hirosaka Block 1 was close enough. Okinogi had been right. Tomitake was hiding nearby. Garage doors of Okinogi Gardeners opened one after another, and the white van sped off in a hurry.
やら今度はこっちの番だ。
I don't understand it though. How can someone be so good at everything but so off at making a laugh sound? I know.
まさか調査部に俺の子飼いが混じってるとは思わなかったろうよ。こっちが今度は貴様を奇襲してやるぜ。
Hotel Moderato. Despite its name, it had a cheap stained sign out front. Dilapidated business hotel on the outskirts of town. The perfect place for someone to lay low in. They might draw in some guests if they renovated the building into a more modern love hotel. But it was clear they didn't have the capital for renovations and could go under any minute. That's the kind of hotel it was. Tomitake was staying in one of the rooms on the second floor. The interior of the room was worse than his previous hotel. It only had a bed and a phone. But that phone was what he needed the most at the moment. If he didn't have to receive regular reports, he would keep changing hotels, which was safer. But he needed up-to-date information from the research division, and his course of action would change according to that information. Moving about unnecessarily might cause miscommunication in case of an emergency. Tomitake never suspected that there was a spy in the research division. The ticking sound from the clock echoed throughout the room. It was almost 9 a.m. But the phone might not ring at 9 on the dot. Tomitake waited in front of the phone patiently. He tried to organize the information in his head so he could answer questions more calmly. At the same time, he kept in mind the possibility of an attack. Tomitake is doing pretty good so far. I feel like this is where it ends, man, for Tomitake. I don't know, the fact that they could get there so fast. At that time, he heard a woman scream in the distance. Yep. It happened again. He heard another scream. Tomitake got the sense that something was happening inside the hotel. His intuition told him that someone was checking every single room with a master key. Tomitake opened the curtain a little. He saw several mountain dogs who were blocking all the ways out of the hotel. I just had to say, yeah. How long had they been there? Finally. They had finally found where he was. Tomitake could hear their loud footsteps. He heard voices too. This cheap hotel wouldn't have chains on the door. They had no means to fend off the master key. Tomitake could tell that there were around 20 of them. No, maybe there were more. There'd be no use trying to fight with them. I don't know, you kind of ripped. You're kind of ripped, Tomitake. You could, like, kind of, like, go in for, like, a clothesline down the hallway. That'd be kind of epic. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All I could do was hide. Under the bed? Or in the bathroom? At the very least, the ceiling wouldn't open up like in the movies. Should he jump out the window? It was the second floor, after all. It was perfectly possible to survive a jump. They would be expecting that, however. Yet this was right in city grounds. If he was confident in his legs, it wouldn't be impossible to outrun them. Tomitake soon heard footsteps outside his door. This was it. What's he gonna do? He jumped from the window. Okay, alright. Of course, there were mountain dogs on the ground waiting for him. They pointed, and about 6 of them started running after him. Oh god. Tomitake shot off right from the position he landed in. Oh, wow! This took the mountain dogs by surprise. He started to dash right after he jumped out the second floor window. You could do it, Tomitake, I believe in you. Tomitake was prepared to do something like that. He had been training in case of an emergency just like this one.
ひばり10よりひばり1標的発見追跡中応援求むひばり1より白鷺標的は裏通りを西に向かい逃走制圧しろ
This is where the power of belief is needed. Believe!
白鷺了解白鷺234そっちへ行くぞ来たぞやつだ
3 members of the mountain dogs jumped out from behind the streetlight and stood in Tomitake's way. They prepared to stop him, but Tomitake kept running at full speed. Oh wow. They quickly realized he wasn't running towards them to knock them down. He was trying to run past them. There was no point in them taking a fighting position. They lowered themselves and tried to tackle him simultaneously. Let's go! Let's do it! Tomitake jumped over them. He jumped over them like an Olympic athlete leaping over a hurdle. Okay, calm down. But he wasn't an Olympic athlete, and they weren't hurdles. Tomitake's heel struck one of the dogs. The 2 flanking Tomitake thought they'd seized hold of him. However, as he flew over them easily, he grabbed onto the 2 of their heads and smashed them against each other. What the heck, dude? Tomitake knew that this wouldn't stop them, but at least he'd gain a little more time to run.
標的西側阻止線を突破追跡中バカ野郎何やってんだ白鷺天車両で回り込め2つ先のブロックを左折で9時方向に奴を捉える大丈夫かくそー逃がすな
Where did this come from? Superman Tomitake, I know, right?
野郎なんてバカ力だくそ鼻血が止まらねえ
Tomitake saw a van with its door wide open ahead of him. It couldn't stop in time, and it hit the wall as soon as it stopped. Several mountain dogs jumped out of the van.
是が非でも止めろ後がないぞかかってきやがりちくめこっちは5人だ
Tomitake saw 5 men ahead of him. But he didn't think even those 5 could stop him. Why do trains send their horn at people on the rails? It's not because the train will get damaged, it's because the people will get hurt. Well, obviously. No! Chad Tomitake! He yelled at them like the horn on a train. He wasn't warning them because they were in his way. Anyway, I want to see the other sprites. Yeah! Yeah, why is he still holding the camera in those sprites? Jeez. He wasn't warning them because they were in his way. He was warning them to move so that they didn't get hurt.
こっちはこれだけ人数がいるんだ体重だけ見たって奴の5倍だぞそれで押しかけてもなお奴を止められないってのかありえないありえねえ絶対ここで止めろかかれ
Tomitake didn't grin. After all, trains don't grin. Okay, I get it. I get it. He's a train. Did it end well?
富武の確保に成功しました。
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oof. Oof. Oh, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Hey, at least the guy goes out fighting. It didn't go out like some little bee. True.
本当あっさりだったわね。いろいろと聞きたいことがあるわ。殺しちゃダメよ。こっちへ連行して。
The power of belief didn't help this time. Oh well.
どうせ殺すけど、彼には似合いの死がすでに用意してあるんだからね。
Oh, talking oh mommy. The phone continued to ring inside of Tomitake's empty hotel room. Within 30 minutes, Tomitake was dragged back through the door of the Erie Institute, wearing a gag and handcuffs. Tomitake didn't even move, as though he was sedated. The Mountain Dog members had carried him out of the van. Erie saw Tomitake from his window and came out of his office in a hurry. Takano was already there.
これは何事ですか、高野さん。
The Mountain Dog silently glared at Erie. He realized that he shouldn't have left his room. Oh no. Oh no, they're both dead.
二郎さんの姿が見えないと思ったら、なんと末期発症をしていたのですわ。不審に思い、山犬たちに探させていて正解でした。
末期発症
Talking of this ain't the time.
富武さんがですか?
Of course, Tomitake didn't reply. Yuri decided not to say any more.
そうですか。それはとても不幸なことです。すぐに治療薬を投与してください。
もちろんですわ。投与の間に合う段階だといいのですが。
Yuri already knew. The mountain dogs had tracked him down. Yuri wasn't sure if Tomitake was able to arrange something with Tokyo. He wasn't even sure if the bloodhounds had been called in. He could guess that Tomitake didn't have time. If the bloodhounds were called in, the mountain dogs would catch that information. And if that was the case, they would likely drop everything and run. But Tomitake was captured, and they brought him back to the Institute. That meant it hadn't gotten that far, and they were still trying to fix the damage. In other words, Tomitake wasn't able to do what they had hoped for. What were they going to do to Tomitake? Since they brought him back alive, were they planning to torture a confession out of him? Well, they gonna kill him, is what they gonna do. That'd be very dangerous for him. He'd likely end up dead. Yuri realized that he had to do something in Takano's place. Tomitake's place, sorry. Main reason why Yuri had to rescue Tomitake was because he had no way of contacting Tokyo on his own. Takano wanted Yuri to be useless, so she never told him about how to get in touch with Tokyo. Yuri could receive phone calls from Tokyo, but he could only call them through Takano. Therefore, Tomitake was the key. Unless Yuri rescued him, they couldn't possibly win. But Yuri wasn't like the mountain dogs. He was simply a researcher. There was no way Yuri could rescue Tomitake from such a high-security area. There were 8 mountain dogs in the building. There were usually only but 2, but Takano had called in more. Of course, the basement was a highly secured area, and one needed an access card to get in. The card was only given to people in Yuri's position. In addition to the access card, one would need a fingerprint match as well. The access card alone wouldn't do it. Therefore, the only person who could rescue Tomitake from that high-security basement was Yuri. Is Yuri's time to be the hero? I doubt it, man. I doubt it, dude. Look at all he's done for us so far. You kidding me? And so, even if it was impossible, Yuri had to do it. Yuri bunched up his hands into fists and held them tight to encourage himself, but he only noticed that his fists were shaking. Oh, I'm so scared, I'm gonna poop my pants. Oh, hey on you. Yuri, did you forget? Yuri remembered what Akasaka had told him. Oh, he's gotta get Akasaka's help!
ただ、自らの危機を図るのはとても難しいことです。
Yeah, no, I knew we weren't gonna depend on Yuri. You kidding me, dude?
まだ大丈夫。多分大丈夫。などと思っているうちに、連絡の機会さえ逃してしまいかねません。少しでも嫌な予感がしたら、緊急時と判断していいでしょう。陰謀の度合いから考えて、敵は私たちを生かしはしません。くれぐれもご用心を。
Yuri felt the cold sweat pulling on his back. Is this the emergency Akasaka was talking about? He shouldn't think that it was still okay. He might lose the chance to run. He realized that trying to do something by himself was foolish. He had his security access card, true, but that didn't mean he had to rescue Tomitake by himself. Yuri about to do his part, at least. Communicating and getting to Akasaka is something, at least. It's something. Just like everyone else, he was trying to combine their efforts. He should also ask for help. Also, Tomitake was in their hands, which meant that the mountain dogs had realized that they were under attack and were preparing to counter. It is very possible that they were suspicious of Yuri too. Once they broke into Rika's house, Yuri's lies would be exposed. Indeed, this was the emergency Akasaka was talking about. Yuri had realized that he was already in danger. He needed to leave immediately. Sonozaki residence was their gathering spot in case of an emergency. His allies were congregating at the Sonozaki residence. He should explain the situation to them and think about how to rescue Tomitake. Takano probably wouldn't kill Tomitake immediately. He was intending to kill him that night as the 5th year's curse. Quite strange to not have much focus on the kid so far in this. I don't know, I kind of like the adult side. Most of them are my favorite characters after all. So there was still a little time left. He had allies, and with his security access card, there was still a chance to rescue him. Yuri had to let Akasaka know that he was escaping. If they became suspicious of Iri, they would check the house, and Akasaka would be in danger too. In other words, it could cause a chain reaction. Yuri didn't miss his last chance to escape, but he still had to do his final job. Yuri picked up the phone at his desk, called Rika's home number, and left. It would continue to ring like that, sounding the emergency signal. Yuri thought back to when he wondered how long he was going to stay in this director's room. He never knew this day would come so suddenly. He noticed the framed picture of his parents on his desk. Yuri had become a doctor so he could clear up the misunderstanding between his parents and regain his family ties. But how did he get involved in something like this? No, he would return. He would return and continue the fight against Hinamizawa syndrome. He vowed to himself that he would never abandon that responsibility.
必ず戻ってくるよ。父さん、母さん。
Yuri said his final goodbye and left the director's office.
サンサ、所長室の内線から外線へ通話中です。
Uh-oh. Wide eyes. Uh-oh.
電話番号は R 宅です。
Yikes. Yikes. Zoinks.
え
Oh, geez, Scoob.
どういうことそれは？盗聴できるの？
もちろんです。ここでもモニターできます。
When the members flipped a switch, it was the sound of a ringtone.
一体このタイミングで入江所長は何をあの家に
Yuri
電話しよう
big
というの？
oof.
やはり R は在宅していて、富武を捕らえたことを連絡しようとしているのでは。
ありえないことじゃないわ。聞かれてるとも知らずに。
What was Iri going to talk about? Takano waited patiently to eavesdrop on a conversation. And there was nothing but a ringtone. Takano's like, pick up! It had been over 30 seconds. There was no answer. Nobody was home.
所長も根気がありますね。
The director sure is patient.
必ずいるはずだという強い確信があるのでしょうか。サンサ、裏口のモニターカメラに所長の姿が。
Black and white quad display monitor showed Iri running out the back door. Oh god, Iri! You idiot! You should have tried calling from elsewhere, but to be fair, he can't leave. Oh wait, never mind, I forgot this was the plan.
どういうこと？じゃあ誰が所長室から電話をしているの？
Nobody. Takano became utterly confused, but the ringtone continued. It couldn't be. Takano finally realized what was going on.
罠よ。
Dear.
奴は私たちが監視しているのを知ってて、わざと空電話をかけて油断させた。入江は裏切り者の仲間
Oh
よ。
god. Oh god.
捕らえて。
一回保安室。 入江所長を制圧せよ。標的は裏口から職員駐車場へ。
The two mountain dogs who were playing cards in the security room. Like, wait, what? Oh, right. The first floor jumped into action. What were they playing? Run, Erie, run. They're playing Go Fish, I bet. They're like, you got any fours? Fuck you, man. Puts it in the pile. And they're like, get off your butts and do something. They're like, oh, right. God. The security room was located next to the back door, so Erie was still within reach. Erie had made a serious mistake. He could have left the clinic during the 30 seconds talking to when her men were listening to the ringtone. But when he got to the parking lot, he... Oh my god! Erie! Please, man. Oh my god. That crap is the most generic bad guy thing ever, playing cards during a big situation. Oh my god. Why is... Erie. Dude, Erie is the dumbest character ever created. Oh my god, I can't handle this. Just let him die. Just kill him. Kill him. It was only at this point that he realized he shouldn't have gone back. Erie is so stupid. He should have escaped on foot. But Erie wasn't used to emergencies, unlike Akasaka. Dude, just kill him. Just kill him. It was a typical mistake any normal person who had never gone through anything dangerous would make. Although he had made mistakes, he didn't forget to call Akasaka. People usually become extremely clumsy when they're in a rush. All he has to do was turn the key, but he couldn't even do that smoothly. He kept turning the key, and finally the engine started. Erie still thought that he was alright. Oh no. Even if one of them questioned him, all he would have to do would be to say that he was going out to get something. When he released the handbrake with his sweaty left hand, he saw two of the mountain dogs dashing out the back door. Push the gas pedal! As the two of them looked around, Erie's eyes met with one of theirs in the rearview mirror. He pointed at Erie's car, and the two of them started running towards it. Erie pressed the gas pedal! The two of them looked extremely serious, and certainly not like they were chasing after him to return and drop to bed. I gave you the benefit of the doubt, but sorry, Erie. It's time for you to die. Just push the gas pedal! It is not easy, dude. Erie's body was soaked. Just drive! Soaked with sweat. Before the two of them could jump on the car, Erie stomped on the gas pedal and the car took off, spinning its wheels. Oh my god. Of course, the dogs didn't give up. They got into their own car and started to chase after... Okay, well, at least he drove off. Jesus Christ.
保安より本部。所長は車両で逃走中。
Ryukishi trying for suspension at the worst time.
強制停車させますか。どうぞ。三佐。
高野よ。おそらく行き先は古出神社ね。神社に行かれたら今日は人だらけ。捉えることは難しくなるわ。
Car chase Higurashi sure has everything here, doesn't it?
多少の怪我も構わない。行かせてはダメ。強引に停車させなさい。
保安了解。これより強制停車に移る。念のためバックアップを送れ。どうぞ。本部了解。ウグイスをバックアップに送る。だがバックアップは待つな。直ちに制圧せよ。
The mountain dogs had Erie's car in their view as it ran away at full speed. They have to find a perfect spot and timing to stop him. It's not easy to drive a car when you're in a rush. Of course, the more you step on a gas pedal, the more speed you gain, but when you're in a hurry, you can't control the steering wheel well enough to escape quickly. Erie could see his pursuers in his rearview mirror and was completely distracted by that, and was driving carelessly. His driving was so reckless that he could easily get into an accident on his own. As the fear was driving him into confusion, he made a wrong turn. Oh my god, how many mistakes does Eerie make? Can he not do anything? Is he that dumb? And that mistake made him even more confused and panicked. Oh my.
所長、そんな運転じゃ危ねえぞ。一発で免停だぜ。
Pop drama, horror, paranoia, slice of life, family relationships, crime organizations, gunfights, physical fight on the roof, but now a car chase. Although the two guys were ordered to stop him, they were starting to think Eerie is going to get into an accident without them doing anything. They'd rather not drag this into a car chase if they didn't have to.
追跡中の保安車両へ。こちら大鳥1、聞こえるか？
隊長だ。こちら保安車両。現在追跡中。現在地は5丁目付近林道。詳細な位置は不明。
本部要請につき、バックアップに向かってる。
Oh, Okanogi's on his way, dude. Oh god.
到達予定は15分後。こっちは当てにするな。俺だって間に合うわけねえと思ってんだ。
Okanogi grumbled he had to leave Okinomiya in a hurry to respond to Major Princess. Major Princess. But because of the distance, there was no way he could get there in time. Even so, he was still ordered to provide backup. He could have explained, but the princess wouldn't have listened to him anyway. The mountain dogs who were with Okanogi smiled bitterly.
追跡の方角は
最悪の場合、町の方へ抜けます。
そいつは許すな。山狩りはしてやる。足を破壊しろ。そこに人目は？
Oh, and forgot mental illness and massive political crime conspiracy.
武装は？両脇は深い森林です。人目はなし。武装は保安車両常備の短期間銃が1。
The guy in the passenger seat reclined it and climbed into the back. He lifted one of the seats and took out a black machine gun. Oh my god, Eerie is dead. He is so dead. The paint on the corner was coming off, and the shiny silver metal was exposed. It was a machine gun, but it didn't look as powerful as an ordinary one. However, once the dog extended his shoulder stock and set it in place, the weapon looked far more vicious.
保安常備は MP5 だな。A5 か SD3 か。
The man in the back seat looked at the uniquely shaped gun barrel. It was thick and long. Machine gun in Japan, bruh.
SD3 です。サイレンサー付き。
発砲を許可する。
Oh god.
フルバーストでタイヤを破壊しろ。
He is so dead.
保安車両了解。攻撃する。
The guy in the back seat opened up the driver's side back window and leaned out of the car. His sharp eyes aimed at one of the tires on Eerie's vehicle. It was a straight road. Eerie's car was weaving, but not enough to avoid a shot. The pursuers had his car in their sights. They were trying to get as close to Eerie's car as possible, but they were afraid they might get caught up if it overturned. They soon decided that this was as close as they were going to get.
3カウントで発砲する。3、2、1
Fire! The sound the machine gun made was a lot quieter than what people would imagine. But its power was unimaginable. One of the tires on Eerie's car was cut to shreds and collapsed in a puff of white smoke. Oof. It's hilarious that out of everything here, a machine gun being in Japan is the most ridiculous thing ever. Because one tire collapsed all of a sudden, Eerie lost control of his car. He tried to steer away, but that made things even worse. As it spun, Eerie's car drove off the shoulder of the road and slid down the slope into the forest. Oof. Good job, Eerie. Good job. The sound of trees breaking and the car being battered from every direction disappeared down the slope. Pursuers stopped their car and looked down after it. Plants were growing so high it was impossible to check from there.
攻撃成功。 標的車両は斜面を転落、死亡の可能性もあり、これより徒歩で追跡、制圧する。
大鳥湾了解。ウグイスが周囲を探し回ってるぞ。運が良ければ合流するだろう。こっちは相変わらず間に合わん。お前らが頼りだ。頼むぞ。
了解。更新を終わる。行くぞ。
Check effing check! The mountain dogs left their car and headed into the woods without hesitation. Oh my god, Akasaka, you are not still at this house. Oh my god, Erie's dead at this point. Akasaka had received the phone signal from Erie. The phone rang for over 3 minutes. The signal told Akasaka that Erie was in some kind of an emergency, and that Akasaka himself was in danger now. Takano made a mistake. He didn't realize the ringtone itself was the signal. She assumed someone staying at the house would pick up the phone eventually. Her error allowed Akasaka to perceive... Oh good, that's also the most stupid bad guy thing ever, that they never check. I know. Her error allowed Akasaka to perceive that extremely important forewarning. Akasaka waited for exactly 3 minutes, then ran downstairs quickly. He had already put his shoes on while listening to the phone ringing. Akasaka had memorized the layout of the town and the map he'd kept near the phone. He knew the shortest route to the Sonozaki residence, as well as a number of alternative routes just in case the shortest was already blocked. Leo, what's up? How you doing? People would be surprised to see a stranger coming out of the house, but Akasaka didn't care about that at the moment. He had to get to the Sonozaki residence immediately. Wait, is he not going to go rescue Erie? Wait, is he not going to help Erie? Wait, what? However, the observers would see him, and that was a problem. They'd soon come after him. Upon finding the house empty, they'd assume the man who ran from it knew something. Or your sacrifice will be remembered. Yeah, I ate that, I guess. Once Akasaka left Rika's house, he had to be prepared to fight. He relaxed his shoulders and reached for the doorknob.
Sansa, R 宅の監視班からです。R 宅から不審な男が飛び出しました。
男？何者？どうでもいいわ。追って捕らえて。
Talking to be like, you get captured, everyone gets captured. See, like Oprah with these captures, bro.
監視班了解。追跡開始。制圧する。
It was only 10 a.m. It was a lively morning. Many people were getting ready for the festival. Akasaka weaved through the people going in the opposite direction and ran down the stairs leading from the shrine. The mountain dogs were already chasing after him. There was a significant gulf between the happy faces on the villagers and the serious faces on Akasaka and his pursuers. Takano is so out of the loop now, so much strange crap is happening. She may as well just capture them all to control if they know. He could hear them coming up behind him. He didn't even need to turn around to check. Akasaka held his breath, focusing all of his senses to their limits, as he sprinted even faster than he usually could with all his might. The success rate of an escape depends on the distance between the pursuer and the pursued. Even a little distance makes a difference. Akasaka ran down to the bottom of the stairs like the wind, then headed in the opposite direction, away from the Sonozaki residence. Of course, this wasn't a mistake of his. You get it, Akasaka, you're super... He just wanted to lose them.
やろう。なんてスピードだ。奴は韋駄天かよ。
The observers weren't ready for this case. They never expected a fast and fully grown man to run out of the house. They assumed it would be a little girl. That assumption was their mistake. Besides, Akasaka's locomotive-like power was nothing like that of normal people. There was no way they could catch him. The mountain dogs fell for Akasaka's trick. They called HQ, told them that he was headed in the opposite direction, and followed him that way. Akasaka was confident that he could have had them completely confused if he had a little more time. Faster than the speed of bodies, Akasaka! Not only that, he could have attacked them individually. Were there 3 pursuers? No, there were probably 4 of them. His mind, body, and skills were all in top condition, so it should be possible for him. Usually overrating oneself is dangerous, but Akasaka was above such an immature level. Resisting violently at a place other than his destination might prompt them to waste manpower and time. But Akasaka wasn't sure of the real meaning of Erie's phone signal. They were at a severe level of emergency. Akasaka had no time to waste, so he had to get to the Sonozaki residence. As Akasaka ran as fast as he could, he tried to think about the situation calmly. Akasaka would be the OP main character in any other anime. He's that guy that's like in Isekai, when he gets Isekai, he's like the god of that verse. Could he attack them first, then head to the Sonozaki residence? The pursuers were scattered about and running out of breath. It would not be easy to fight 4 men at the same time, but it would be different to take them one-on-one. When Akasaka decided he had enough chance of winning, he took a deep breath and made a U-turn around a streetlight. The mountain dogs were surprised to see that the man who was running away from them was now running towards them. They prepared themselves to fight. But before Akasaka even reached them, he already had everything all planned out in his head. He had calculated how many blows would be required to take them all out. His calculations were wrong. Without even needing a second blow, the first pursuer dropped after one of Akasaka's legendary armor-piercing punches connected with his face. Oh my god. And while the first was still in the air, his second armor-piercing punch took out the second pursuer. Okay. It was a chorus of cicadas, which woke Irie up. Oh my god, he's alive. He needed a little time to realize what had just happened. His seatbelt had saved him from serious injury. However, it was sheer luck that the metal parts of the seatbelt didn't get tangled and that the door didn't become warped. He was on the bottom of the slope, near a different forest road. This crap was so hilarious when he turned straight around to run right towards him. He's literally one punch man. Oh my god. Irie endured the pain and removed his seatbelt, got out of his car soon after. Heard someone walking towards him through the bushes. A pursuer! I guess this is the power of the miracle we were waiting for. I guess it worked for Irie and not Tomitake. Okay, I know. This sucks. This really sucks. He couldn't get caught just yet. If he was captured, it would be impossible to rescue Tomitake. You are not rescuing Tomitake, bro. You are not. Not only that, nobody would ever know that Tomitake was captured in the basement of the clinic. Even though Irie knew he was helpless, he couldn't falter here. The only thing he could do was resist them, and run for as long as he could. But as soon as he started to run, Irie realized it. Every time I come back to watch more, I just get more confused. Didn't that guy die? Irie? There's like different universes where different characters die. Hey, that's what a miracle is. At least it's at least expected. Tomitake, our boy. He had no strength. His legs were shaking and he couldn't even see straight. Dude, Irie is the most useless and lucky mother ever alive. He cannot do anything, but he gets in so many situations where he just gets so lucky. He had only been stepping on the gas pedal, but his lungs were about to explode, and his brain was lacking in oxygen. It had to be that certain type of exhaustion that came immediately after hyperarousal. He understood that intellectually, but he couldn't get his body moving. He tried to run, albeit in a wobbly way. He heard a noise coming down the slope behind him. Dude, there's no way he's not comfortable. This was it. committed suicide. I mean, in this arc. He's lucky in this arc. Erie still tried to run as far as they could.
保安より本部発見した
No, no.
負傷している模様制圧する
Erie heard the voice of his pursuer. Shit. He thought, what can I do? I have to run. I have to. I'm guessing he didn't make it far. Huh? Hello, Shion, I guess.
シオンさん、さっきから歌ってるその歌は何ですか？
Here we go, Shion's random appearance. Let's go. Don't you know? It's really popular nowadays.
すみません。音楽には疎いもんで。
She's singing some K-pop. There was a wrecked car ahead. White smoke was still visible, so the accident must have just happened. I told you, Shion is nothing but damn random appearances this arc. Sai slowed down.
やっちゃったですね。ってあれ、監督じゃない？
The car stopped. The sound of the brakes startled Erie, and he fell on his behind. Erie was obviously the one who had been in the accident.
ハロー、監督。
Joaquin, what's up, man? Shion saved Erie. Lucky MF. I mean, we can't say that Shion didn't have a purpose in this arc, right, guys? If it wasn't for Shion, Erie would be dead by now, right? She did something. She did something.
まさかあれ、監督
Right?
のですか？
Poor Shion.
シオンさん。
大丈夫ですか、入江先生。すぐ医者へ行かれた方がいい。
I've got to screen cap that. Oh my god, no. I'm saving this one. And then when I'm done with stream, I'm going to go back and screen cap that. Are you alright, Dr. Erie? You should go see him, Doctor.
監督を診療所に連れてって監督が自分で診察するわけですね。
Shion, are you blind? How can you greet him normally while he looks like he's almost died? She got her screen time and became secondary again. Her arc in Miyakashi and Minagoroshi is so good. I know. I know.
さあ、立てますか。診療所までお連れしましょう。
診療所は困ります。その崎家に行かな。
監督？監督？ちょっとどういうことよ。まずいんじゃない？
Why? Okay, why were they driving? This doesn't even look like a road. This was like the bottom of a slope, right? It's kind of coincidental that they ran into Erie's crashed car that was down a slope while they were just driving down the road. I'm just saying. Well, this is Shion after all. She doesn't really care much unless you're Satoshi. True. Sai looked at Erie's car, then looked around the area. Then he whispered to Shion.
シオンさん、訳ありのようです。
どうしたの？
入江先生の車に弾痕が。しかも拳銃とは思えません。
マジ？そっち持って。ひとまず本家に連れて行こう。
That's true. She was a good sister to Satoko in that chapter. You can't deny that. This guy literally just got saved by Shion. He literally got saved by Shion random appearance. I love it. The two of them loaded Iri into the back seat, got in the car, and left in a hurry. Indeed coincidental, the best excuse we can make up is that they were heading towards Hinamizawa for the festival. They live in Okinomi after all, I guess.
監督に話を聞かないと状況がわかんないですね。診療所は困る。どういうことだろう。
診療所の何者かに追われたと見るのが今は妥当でしょうが、話を聞くまでわかりません。ただ相当のヤバいことに巻き込まれたのは間違いないようです。
あれ？どこ行くの？
Shion was confused as to why Kasai suddenly made a wrong turn.
敵は先生のタイヤを狙ってました。
That is hilarious. Imagine they bring him right back into Takano's hands.
生かして捕らえるつもりです。私たちのすぐ近くに追っ手が迫っていたか
Truck
もし
him
れま
back
せん。
to the clinic. There you go.
ってことは追ってきてる？後方に遮影なし、上空に機影なし。この地形じゃ密着尾行以外は不可能でしょ。
念のためです。もう一度だけ左折したら本家へ直行します。申し訳ありませんが、シオンさんは後方監視をお願いします。
了解です。
保安より本部。
Shion does that and leaves. Hope you get better, coach. What's the word to call Shion right now? She's like, is Deus Ex Machina the word? She's like a Deus Ex Machina right now. I think that's what the word is for it. I don't know. I could be wrong.
標的は民間車両に拾われた模様。車両ナンバーと車種を送る。
本部了解。
That's exactly her role right now, apparently.
捜索中のウグイスは民間車両に標的を変更。至急捜索せよ。異例所長は極力生きたままで確保。接触民間人も制圧せよ。
Neutralize the civilians as well. Kill them all.
ただし生死は問わない。
Dead or alive.
大丈夫なの？すぐに見つかるの？
ご安心を。所長の白衣には発信機が。
Oh my god. Iri, you are going to get us all killed. All killed, Iri. Just kill him. Just leave him. Just leave him. Just leave him. What's the point, dude? Just leave him. He's gonna blow our whole operation.
ウグイスの応援車両には測定器が積まれていますので、三角測定法で位置を検知できます。
Oh my god. Iri, bruh. Oh my god. You know what that means? If he had literally just taken off his coat, we would be fine. Iri, I hate you. I hate you with a passion. Oh my god. Iri was lying in the back seat wearing a swing. I hate you, Iri. I hate you. You are so... I hate you so much. Why did you leave the clinic with your lab coat? What real-life doctor does that? There's a device on his collar. The security department put it there just in case. So no matter how hard Shion tried to look for anyone following them, the enemy already knew exactly where they were.
ウグイス3、標的車両を発見。
Jesus Christ.
水車小屋の前を小道に入った。
There was a map of Hinamizawa on the table in the security. They're literally gonna find everyone. And it's gonna be game over because of Iri. Good job, Iri. Thank you so much, dude. Oh my, this is actually making me mad. Sorry, Ryukishi obviously needed to give Takano another W. I mean, listen. I'm all for Takano W. So I'm okay with that. Because she was losing too easily, true. There was a map of Hinamizawa on the table in the security room. path by the watermill led to a certain private property. It belonged to the Sonozaki family, and the Sonozaki residence was the only building on it.
Sansa!
あらあら、袋のネズミね。
こちら大鳥湾。ウグイス、まだ突入するな。
They didn't even make it to night. And they didn't even make it to even. They didn't even make it to afternoon. It is still 10 a.m. And they have already messed up.
もうじき大鳥が合
You
流する。
guys suck. Actually, not you guys. Erie sucks. Erie sucks.
合流してから一度に突入するぞ。
ウグイス1了解。
They didn't even make it to 12. 12. They didn't even make it to 12 in the afternoon.
コラギ、ウグイスにさっさと突入させないと相手に無駄な時間を与えるわよ。
感度あるし。
誰も私の言うことなんか聞かないんだから。
I love how Okinoki is like wah wah wah. Cry to somebody else. Back, he literally did the bad connection. I remember this making me so mad watching the anime. Okinoki really did the. Sorry, I can't hear you. Connection's bad. I love it, man. Get left on red, big friend. The Sonozaki family's basement had a security system which displayed images captured from the various security cameras on the property. Of course, it wasn't as high-tech as the one at the Erie Institute. It was in the room on the second floor of a gasho house, a Japanese-style room where you had to kneel to avoid hitting your head, with bundles of wires snaking away from the monitors. It felt like a hidden chamber. He is the goat, for real. There was electricity and a phone nearby, and although it was a basement, it had all the basic amenities of the Sonozaki residence. At first, all the club members had watched the monitor curiously, but after a while, it got too hot in such a tiny room. Mion and Reina stayed in the room to observe the monitor.
みーちゃん、なんだろう。車が入ってきたよ。
Oh, Ruben, I'm about to make you so sad. Oh, Ruben, I'm about to make you so sad, Ruben. Oh no. It is getting really late for me. I think we'll go to the kids' perspective tomorrow. It is getting really late and my parents are starting to settle down. I don't want to disturb them from streaming. I think we made it pretty far, right? We made it pretty far into the battle day. Not incredibly, but like we got some action in. I forgot. Sorry. No, you're good. You're good. Let's see. Let's see who we can raid. Who's alive? Ooh, okay. No, we can find out for raid. Raid. Have a good one. See y'all tomorrow. See you, Ruben. Thank you so much for stopping by, man. Raid Aurora. Haven't talked to her in a while. Hope she's doing good. And this is the raid message. This is the greatest. There. Raid. All time. And let me type it in her chat. night. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope to see y'all tomorrow. Y'all just have yourselves a good little day. And yeah, make sure you follow Aurora and show her lots of support. See you guys later. Bye-bye.